I'm Liz Schrum for the Wisconsin Technology Council, here with WisBusiness.com, the show. Just ahead, Tom Still discusses how bioenergy research in Wisconsin is catching the eye of the industry. And Mark Gehring of Propeller Health talks about his latest startup venture. And now, here's the WisBusiness.com stock report for late December. Rising, advanced manufacturing. A number of Wisconsin manufacturers, largely in tech-based sectors, are reporting growth. In southeast Wisconsin, Cree will use a federal grant to help expand its production of LED lighting systems. In Madison, Swift Manufacturing and Engineering will double its workspace and add about 150 workers over 3 years. In central Wisconsin, Chouette Metals, Crystal Finishing Systems, and Line Tech have all announced physical and workforce expansions in recent weeks. And falling, jobs. The U.S. Department of Labor reports that more than 4,400 people in Wisconsin filed new unemployment claims during the last week of November. That is more new claims than the next two highest states combined, Ohio and Kentucky. States with sharp drops in new claims included California, Texas, Florida, and Michigan. However, the state workforce department says the new Wisconsin claims may be largely seasonal, and that jobless claims for 2013 overall remain down. And now, here's Tom Still with his Inside Wisconsin commentary.
Speaking recently at the University of Chicago, the science director for the U.S. Department of Energy was asked to name an energy program that had produced tangible results in the last decade. Her answer is tied to work taking place every day right here in Wisconsin. The nation's 3 bioenergy research centers, including one located in Madison, are cranking out transformative research that is beginning to find its way into companies and the broader economy. 3 centers were launched in 2007 at Oak Ridge National Laboratory in Tennessee, Lawrence Berkeley National Lab in California, and through a partnership between the UW-Madison and Michigan State University. Housed at the Wisconsin Energy Institute in Madison, the Great Lakes Bioenergy Research Center was the only one of the 3 not to be tied to an existing federal laboratory. It has more than held its own, however. In 6 years, the Great Lakes Center has been responsible for 530 publications, 72 invention disclosures, 65 patent applications, 23 licenses or options under negotiation, and other business partnerships, including one startup. Why is bioenergy important? Despite the explosion in the recovery of natural gas and oil through hydraulic fracturing and horizontal drilling technologies, the nature of energy production and use continues to change. Domestic companies are taking steps now to prepare for regulatory changes, shifts in public perception, and offshore demand for fossil fuels that could eventually drive up U.S. energy prices. That's why the Great Lakes Bioenergy Center is working on new approaches. Those include engineering non-food crops for biofuels production, re-engineering microbes to produce advanced biofuels such as green gasoline, diesel, and even jet fuel, and finding ways to grow non-food crops on marginal lands so as to not compete with food production. It's not easy stuff, and deliberately so, according to Tim Donahue, the principal investigator at the Great Lakes Center. He says its researchers are focusing only on game changers that will squeeze the maximum amount of energy out of plants and organic materials. As a result, many in industry are betting on advanced biofuels for the long haul. Industry collaborators at the Great Lakes Center include Archer Daniels Midland, BP, Cargill, DuPont, Elanco, ExxonMobil, and General Motors. It won't be tomorrow or even the next day, but dividends will spring from biofuels research underway in Wisconsin and beyond, in a state that has plenty of biomass, but zero natural gas, oil, or coal. That's a business advantage.
Thanks, Tom. I'll be right back with serial entrepreneur Mark Gehring.
White Hirschbeck Dudek represents companies at all stages of development and in a wide range of industries to navigate the legal challenges of regional, national, and global growth. At WHD, every stage takes center stage.
I'm back with Mark Gehring, co-founder of Propeller Health in Madison. We caught up to Mark at the recent Wisconsin Early Stage Symposium. Your latest endeavor is Propeller Health, which has produced a device that can help asthma sufferers manage their condition. How does it work?
We attach a little sensor, which I have right here, to an asthma inhaler, and we collect relatively simple data, the time and location when patients use that inhaler. But that simple data is very powerful. The frequency of use tells us how well the patient is doing, and the location tells an individual patient where they're experiencing different triggers. We can also aggregate that data up and see where asthma is occurring in a community, which is very valuable for public health.
You're a serial entrepreneur, so what have you learned from growing those other companies that will help drive Propeller Health?
We've been able to recruit a very effective team, about 30 people now working here primarily in Madison, but also San Francisco. So the team is very important. I've had 2 startups that were medical startups that succeeded. I've had 1 non-medical that failed. So medical startups I've learned are better, and there's a reason for that. You're more motivated because of you're actually improving patients' lives.
In general, what are companies missing if they overlook mobile as part of their marketing plans?
A mobile phone is an amazing device when you think about it. It's a computer you're carrying around in your pocket that can sense, it can see through the camera, it can listen, it can detect motion, it knows where you are. There's an amazing array of data that's available from that phone that you can tap into, and then it's in everybody's pocket. So we see that as essential to our strategy and essential for most companies.
Thanks, Mark, and thank you for watching this edition of WisBusiness.com, The Show. The show is produced by WisBusiness.com and the Wisconsin Technology Council, and sponsored by White Hirschbeck Dudek, MG&E, and UW-Milwaukee. Visit our websites to read and learn more. I'm Liz Schrum of Talent But Executive Search. See you next time.